Thank you very much.
Okay, we can roll them out here. Roll them all the way out.
So the first of 3 heat races set to make its way out to the Speedway. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Simpson Race Products. Driving the pole, this one's at Bedford, Indiana. The Auto Credit Airmaster Heating and AC, Cummings Power, DRC Chassis, Megacorp Logistics, number 24M. It's going to be Hunter Maddox. Lining up next to him, it'll be Chase Stockton out of Fort Branch, Indiana. The Bandit Ag, Davis Brothers Superior Truck and Trailer, number 5S. Third starting spot, we'll find Justin Grant out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy Drink, Bow Foundation, Kistler Maxim, number 4. And outside of him in 3, that'll be Kevin Thomas Jr. He's out of Coleman, Alabama. The Inferno Armor, Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Center, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, number 3R. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The J. Davidson Scrap Metal, Telstar Technologies, Martina Custom Woodworks, Hobson Family, number 69. Going to roll from the inside of your next row. And outside of him, tonight's quick qualifier for the 2nd year in a row, Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana. The Avanti Windows and Doors, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, number 3P. Final row from the inside, Carson Garrett out of Littleton, Colorado. The Altos Power Equipment, Hornbeck Concrete, one-way DRC Chassis, number 15. And your final starter all the way from Banbury, Oxfordshire, United Kingdom. The Skegness Raceway, Tom Harris Motorsport, Claxton Maxim Hunter Pack, number 84. That is Tom Harris. That'll be your scheduled lineup here for Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1 of 3 for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. 10 laps. Everybody's going to move on to the feature event. But as we stated several times this week, you still want to be in the top 6 in order to set the inversion on the lineup for the feature event.
Yeah, so no Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts. That's a hard one for me. Semi-feature event tonight here for Action Track USA. So just going to roll straight into the feature after the heat races, but obviously the top 6 in each heat race getting their qualifying time back, and they're eligible for that top 6 invert.
And Drake York, I believe, with an update.
Thank you so much, Brian. Hunter Maddox definitely had the most interesting moment in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying as he snagged the wall in turn number 4 and rode up on it, kind of Logan Seavey style, if you will. And I talked to Hunter back in the pit area. He said, yep, car's totally straight. And in his words, exactly, Brian, and it's not the most technical term in the world, but he said, I gave it too many beans going into the corner, and that's why I hit the wall. But nonetheless, a really good qualifying effort, and he's been really excited for this stop, particularly on the 2024 Eastern Storm Trail. He says it's real small. I think it could work into my wheelhouse. And not to mention, Brian, you look at his best finish on the 2024 season. It was at 13th at Circle City in the month of May. This track, quite different from Circle City, if we're being honest, but it's that small, tight little bull ring racetrack that really suits his style, and he's going to roll from pole here in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1.
So it's kind of a good news, bad news situation. The fact that he's rolling from the pole, one, it means he kind of struggled a little bit in qualifying, but it does give him a nice little chance to rebound.
Yeah, so that's an opportunity to win that heat race, and we've talked about that multiple times as well. That does earn you a much more favorable starting position when we come to feature time. I think that's going to be pretty big here tonight as we've got ourselves on a pretty small racetrack. So track position going to be really important.
The man with the mullet followed us all week. Good to see you again. What's funny, he was our AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner the other night.
I noticed that, and I hope that they had a great time. Surely.
Oh, yeah.
Surely they did.
So if you're not familiar with the way the format works with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship, again, qualifying plays a lot into it. So if you're watching online or sitting in the stands here, we'll kind of go through it. Oh, look out, Tom Harris. He will move the tires aside and keep it rolling. I think it's the first time a sprint car's ever won against a Uke tire.
It's not very often that you see that. Almost looked like the throttle stuck a little bit, but not having that same issue now. So maybe just trying not to get stopped and get himself out of that situation before it got worse.
So anyway, back to the format. 6-car inversion each one of these heat races, so it's an 18-car inversion total with the way we're doing the format with 3 heats. So that puts your quick qualifier to the right of row number 3 in heat race number 1. Second quick, likewise in heat race number 2, starting from that 6th spot. Once those positions are filled, they'll jump in and they'll do the inside. They will serpentine up all the way through on the inversion, and then everybody from there back lines up straight up by their time. Heat race winner going to be in the 7th, 8th, or 9th starting spot. The top 3 rows are reserved for your 6 fastest drivers transferring out of the heat races for qualifying as they work around to the NOS Energy start can. We'll see who can capitalize as they work onto the back straightaway side by side. It will be the 5 on the outside right now with the advantage. They work into turns 3 and 4.
Justin Grant going to choose the bottom side of the racetrack in front of Kyle Cummins, comes across the nose and comes out second.
So the track listed online as 0.2 of a mile. And right now, Stockin up on top of the action here. Justin Grant currently riding that second spot. Then you're going to have Cummins sitting in third. Sitting in fourth going to be Kevin Thomas Jr. Problems for the 24 of a turn number 2. Look out, Kevin Thomas. Brady Bacon hard to the binders as well. And 2 of them going to come to a stop over in turns 3 and 4. So Kevin Thomas, Brady Bacon. So 2 laps officially completed. Caution lights come on.
Brady Bacon really just coming to a stop there to avoid making contact with as many cars as possible, and just like we said, not a ton of room.
So going to look at the FloRacing replay here, and Kevin just going in, over-rotating a little bit, and saw Brady have to go up and kind of take evasive action. Unfortunately, tagged the wall. As Kevin, he was backing up the racetrack, and Brady having to kind of get in the binders when he did. It's kind of like getting into gravel. It just carried him up the track, and unfortunately, the brakes were all for naught, so the wall was what ended up stopping him. Looks like everything still intact enough. He's able to roll away. He'll restart at the tail end of the field. Likewise with the 3.
Yeah, most likely not a ton of damage from that. And Brady Bacon choosing the wall over choosing Kevin Thomas Jr. Had to pick one to hit in that situation and chose the one that was a little bit more predictable.
Brady, one of the drivers that does have his souvenir trailer back here behind the grandstands. Of course, you can also find souvenir trailer for Kevin Thomas Jr. As we're ready to go back to green, 2 laps in the books. Stockin, Grant, Cummins, Maddox, Garrett, Harris, Thomas, and Bacon. Now round out your running orders. We go back to green.
So the good news for Kevin Thomas Jr. and Brady Bacon is that there are still 8 laps to go. The bad news is they got to get by Tom Harris and Carson Garrett to do it.
Ooh, we had one a little sideways on the back straightaway. That was a 24M. Rights the ship, though. Bacon kind of biding his time here, it looks like, as he's going to try the bottom at 3 and 4. Goes the high side, turns 1 and 2. Kevin Thomas wasted no time. He's going to get by 2 of them here and back up into a transfer. Battle for the lead. Stockin had company. Grant not able to get by.
Justin Grant entering just a little bit lower than Chase Stockin over in turns number 1 and 2. Again in 3 and 4. Going to try a slide job here. Chase Stockin going to get by.
Tight racing at both ends of this one. It's going to be Stockin in the Bandit Ag number 5 over the NOS Energy number 4, Justin Grant. They have gapped themselves from the rest of the running order. They'll work through turns 3 and 4 once again, working top side. He's going to hold on to it. Oh, look out! One around. Kevin Thomas collected, and there is massive issues on the front end of that one. The right front's locked up.
Kevin Thomas Jr. could not buy luck in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1 if he tried.
So another tough break for the 3R. He is down to the infield, going to get the push into the Indy Metal finishing work area. And when he rolled by, the right front was not rolling. Looks like it is still locked up, but they are still able to go ahead and push the car off of the racing surface. No time in the work area. Here during the heat race, getting a look at the replay. As Garrett went around and Kevin just nowhere to go. And Kevin was already right up on him right there as they went through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Once 15 went around, you can see he was trying to get it woed up. As they say, brakes in sprint cars not designed to make them stop.
So going to get a push on Carson Garrett here. Going to see whether or not he elects to restart at the tail of the field. And it looks like he will do so for now.
So he will line up 7th. Still has a chance to get up into that top 6. Again, that's where you want to be in order to set the lineup for the feature. What a battle at the front, though, between Stockin and Grant.
Yeah, that's good racing, and for Justin Grant to be able to pull off such good sliders in such close proximity and be so close to being able to take the lead from Chase Stockin. He's got, what, 4 more laps to pull it off.
So we'll see what he can get done here. Again, the first of 3 heat races on track. This one brought to you by Simpson Race Products. Single file past the NOS Energy start can off at turn number 4. We go back to green.
Good start for Chase Stocking. Going to see what Justin Grant has in these coming laps. Didn't try it that time. Kyle Cummins now on the tail tank of the number 4.
Off into turns 3 and 4 once again. Here comes a slide into the wall. Contact. Grant going to make his way by. Stocking caught the wall. Grant came up, giving a little bit tapper on the way by. He's going to fall back to the 4th spot. Grant going to take over the top spot. You're going to have Cummins up into 2nd. And look who is back up into 3rd. Brady Bacon on the charge in the 69.
So no issues there for the 69. Looks like the 5S is still trying to get it collected after some of that contact with both the 4 and the wall. Going to sit in 4th place right now.
White flag in the air. Grant working the middle groove right now with both ends of the speedway. Going to work onto the back straightaway. Has to roll that throttle a little bit. Starting to dance front end as he worked down to the bottom side of 3. Exit high side off a turn number 4. Checker flag is out. Justin Grant going to pick up the heat race win. Kyle Cummins going to cross in 2nd. Brady Bacon, Chase Stocking, Tom Harris, Hunter Maddox, Carson Garrett, and Kevin Thomas Jr. unofficially running out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he pilots the NOS Energy number 4. Give him a hand. Justin Grant, winner in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. Let's take it down to Drake.
Thank you so much. Justin Grant collects the win here in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1, his 4th heat race win on the season for the 2-time and defending AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Champion. It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy week for Justin, another one of those guys who's had a really up-and-down week. But Justin, you and Chase Stocking made contact late in the going there off at turn number 4. What happened from your vantage point?
Trying to race the 900 sprint car in a go-kart track's what happened. Feel bad getting inside of the guy there. It plays so tight. Like, what? It's just about all you can do to get around here, and it's just not very wide. So hate running into Chase and Rooster and those guys' car. They're good buddies of mine, and not how I wanted that to go, but it's just we're trying to get back in the fight tonight and get this NOS Energy drink. Top Motorsports number 4 up front.
And you heard him trying to get back in the fight, not the qualifying effort he would have hoped for, but this heat race win going to put him in a decent spot for tonight's 40-lap feature event.
Thank you very much, Drake. Rana Supply Heat Race number 2. Going to pace out to the Speedway. Driving the poles out of Drums, Pennsylvania. The Bradley Caldwell Incorporated DMY Performance X1 Race Cars Chop Design. Number 18J. It's going to be JT Ferry next to him. 33M is going to be Matt Westfall out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. The Ray Marshall Motorsports. Hempy Water Wicks Filters All-Star Performance entry. Next row from the inside, all the way from Oxnard, California. Driving the Physical Medicine Consultant. Basika Valley Transportation. DRC number 41 is going to be Ricky Lewis. And next to him in 15, that's going to be CJ Leary out of Greenfield, Indiana. The Altos Power Equipment. BGE Darty Motorsports Highsmith Guns, number 15X. Jake Swanson inside of your next row out of Anaheim, California. The Honest Abe Roofing Claxton DRC Chassis, number 2B. And the driver lining up 6th in this one, going to be Dason Persley at Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The Apache Transport, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, AMSOIL, RSS Industries Team Arizona Racing, number 21AZ. Final row from the inside, Joey Amantia out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. The JPA Masonry Newman Triple X Chassis, number 88J. And your final starter set to be Scott Frack. He's out of Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania. The Fractory Thayer Power Triple X Chassis, Penn Stainless Products, number 39X. As that'll be your lineup again in Rana Supply Heat Race number 203 tonight. JT Ferry and that number 18J talked about a little bit during the week. That is not a 410 under the hood. That is actually an ASCS 360.
And tonight shouldn't make too much of a difference, I wouldn't think.
I was going to say, with the way the track is, that might actually play to his advantage a little bit.
Just heard Justin Grant say it, trying to run a 900 horsepower car on a pretty small racetrack can provide some different challenges than what we typically see, and all of these drivers very adaptable, very good at adjusting to situations like that. And we just got here, right? So last year was our first year, and things were a lot different. I remember them talking about some of the locals that do run the action track on a regular basis, talking about the racetrack was quite a bit different last year than what they typically see. So curious to see tonight if this is more typical for what they generally get here.
Last year was kind of the experiment and showed, like you said, it can work at 40 nonstop laps in the feature event. See if you can repeat that success here tonight. Matt Westfall lining up next to him, the wily veteran. Ricky Lewis in the 41. Winner all over the U.S. this season. CJ Leary next to him, Jake Swanson. Dason Persley, of course, picking up the Silver Crown win last night. Amantia and Frack, your final starter, past the NOS Energy start cam to the green.
Good start for Matt Westfall as he's going to float up to the top of the racetrack. In qualifying, we saw some cars get a better run if they just barely touch the wall, but as we saw in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1, too much is too much.
Boy, Westfall wasting no time getting up in front of this one. He's going to lead the way. 18 around the bottom, holding strong here, trying to hold off the charge of the 15X on the outside, though. It's going to be Leary with the run this time into turns 3 and 4. Ricky Lewis going to follow him by here to the front straightaway. It's going to be Westfall Lewis, Barry Lewis at the line as they work onto the back straightaway advantage. Going to be the 41 for that third spot.
Jake Swanson frantically looking for a way around the 88J of Joey Amantia, as that is the transfer position he's going to continue to sit out and look in this time around.
Down to the inside, rolls the 15 of Leary. Westfall fighting back on the outside. Here comes the slide of the pass. Westfall going to try and turn to his inside. Cross over to the front straightaway. Advantage at the line. Leary by 0.041 seconds. Up at the top shelf of the racetrack. Falls back to second. Westfall fighting back at 33.
Looked like the 15X did tag the wall there coming out of turn number 2. Now Ricky Lewis going to enter the chat.
Boy, look at that. Going to thread it down from third all the way back to first. What a drive by Leary in that one.
CJ Leary going to try to seal up one of those better starting positions. Qualified 8th tonight, so if he's able to seal up a better starting position with a heat race win, could benefit from that, but might also be able to slip into one of those top 6 invert spots.
It is wild how fast they can change their lineup on this racetrack. From the bottom to the top, top to the bottom. They've run through the middle. They've diamond it. They've reversed diamond it. They're surprised we haven't seen a trapezoid line on this thing so far. As he works onto the back straightaway, top 2 now on a breakaway. Here comes Ricky Lewis at 41. Look out! Woo! Thought we were going to get an all-you-can-eat buffet of Hoosier there into the left side of the 15. Lewis able to blow it up, and Leary able to keep him at bay.
Looks like there might be a vibration on the rear end of the 15X. Now he's going to bring it to the checkered flag. Ricky Lewis still wants more.
White flag in the air in this one. Lewis on the outside, has the run onto the back straightaway, takes over the top spot. Through turns 3 and 4, he'll try to steal it back. Drag race down to the line. Lewis going to steal the glory in 41.
I was a lap early. Ricky Lewis going to bring the checkered home in that one.
Ricky Lewis gets the win. CJ Leary, Matt Westfall, Dason Pursley, Joey Manzia, Jake Swanson, JT Ferry, Scott Frack. Unofficially rounding out your field in that one. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Drive to Oxnard, California. The Mesilla Valley Transportation, number 41, trucking in that one down to Drake.
Ricky Lewis grew up on the tight confines of the Ventura Raceway out in California. Action Track USA, just a smidgen different, Ricky, but you barely found enough room to get past CJ Leary with just a few laps to go in turns 1 and 2. How did you find that hole up on the high side and make that pass stick?
I watched Justin kind of slide himself and make speed, so that was my only hope, following him around the top, and then I feel like I forced him into changing his line, and that helped me a little bit. But, yeah, you get sliding really quick, so hopefully I didn't stuff him too hard. I was not on purpose, so. Yeah, this place is actually pretty cool, man. Everyone's kind of complaining about it, but I think it's fun. It's something different. I can keep up with my little motor, and Dave Stensland builds a great piece. This thing's held up all week on these half miles, and now we're on a short track, and I feel like we have some speed.
Ricky Lewis feeling awfully good heading into tonight's feature event. He's your winner of Rod and Supply Heat Race number 2.
Thank you very much. TJ Ford's Heat Race number 3. Carmen Perigo at Estoystown, Pennsylvania, going to be in the pole this one. The Mountain Ridge Medal Chevrolet EMI chassis number 21. Next to him, going to be the 19AZ. The driver, Mitchell Moles out of Raisin City, California. The AME Electrical, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Indy Race Parts, Ryan Bolt, Underwood Motorsports, number 19. Next row from the inside, one of the locals out of Collegeville. It's going to be Alex Bride and the Hefner Racing Enterprises, Greg Hodnett Foundation. The Frozen Farmer, DriveToBFX.com, number 27. And next to him, it's the Madman, Robert Blue out of Rockland, California. The Suburban Subaru, Donna DRC chassis, number 12. Logan Seavey out of Sutter, California. The MPV Express, Abacus Racing. Dozer's Nuts and Bolts, Four-Check Marketing, number 57, going to go from the 5th starting spot. And from 6 in this one, it'll be Briggs Danner to Allentown, Pennsylvania. The Boulevard Truck Repair, Ryder DRC chassis, Concrete Cutting Systems, number 39. Final starter out of Buckeye, Arizona. The MP Environmental, Black Magic Bead Breaker, Stanton Triple X, number 47. That's going to be Charles Davis Jr. That'll be your lineup here in TJ Ford's Heat Race number 3. Final heat race of the night here at Action Track USA. Again, everybody moving on. Following this, we'll have our B mains for your 600cc micros. A trio of B feature events for the non-wing micros. Follow that up with our 40-lap feature event, and then the micro is going to end out the night. I felt like I was at a Now 600 event for a while. They just kept pulling in.
Yeah, there are a bunch of them, which is really cool to see here, and I know we talked about it during their Pennsylvania Micro Week. They do get quite a few more, so if you can imagine more than 60 cars, they do show up.
So if you've ever been to the Tulsa Shootout, powered by NOS Energy Drink, all the cars in the pit area back there, of course, Hyper is the predominant builder back here, and of course, the Micros brought to you by Hyper. There is one whole section of the pit area that is all, we call it Dicelyville. It is all Hyper Racing. You can put all those cars in that section, and it's pretty much about a fourth of the pit area.
And I would like to say that there's about a fourth of the grandstands. Some of the biggest Robert Ballou fans in the world in the grandstands tonight.
To you, sir, we say, woo, back at you. He's cheering Robert Ballou, but I think he has an Alex Bright shirt on. Oh, wait, never mind. Do you think I wasn't going to mess with you?
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Exactly.
He should move to Indiana.
Oh, man. Shots fired. All right, back to the cars on track. Set to go to green. Off at turn number 4, we're after it.
Mitchell Mole still seeking after that Eastern Storm title, which will be decided tonight. Gets a good start. Robert Ballou to the top side of the racetrack, going to seek the inside of Carmen Perigo.
And Ballou get a run to the inside. Moles up top shelf, going to lean a lane number 1. 12 versus the 21 around here. It will be Perigo with the advantage off at turn number 4. Robert Ballou going to dig into the back straightaway, still going after that second spot. Working down to the bottom now, brings it up across the racetrack, takes over second. Boy, Perigo going to switch lines on him here onto the back straightaway. Answers the call. The Madman still right there, trying to fend him off here as they come around to the near side of the racetrack.
Alex Bright going to thread the needle in front of Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner going to get the better side of it coming off the straightaway and into turn number 1.
You got him almost 3 wide onto the back straightaway. They're side by side for a second. Mitchell Moles out in front of this one. Whoo, man, Ballou goes in, nearly parks it off at turn number 4. Seavey's going to take advantage of 57.
So Logan Seavey going to get a good run there, but Robert Ballou down off the banking, going to go to the inside of the 57 going into turn number 3.
They're tapping tires towards the back of the field. Looked like Danner may have bounced her off the wall and found the right side tires with the 21 now. Going to run to the outside. Fell back 2, going to reclaim them here as they work onto the back straightaway. Is up front Moles. About the biggest advantage we've seen so far. A little over 2 seconds last time. It is 2.212 seconds right now. Seavey, Ballou, and it's going to be Danner and Perigo, then Bright, then Davis running out your field.
So they've definitely all, for the most part, elected to move up to the top side of the racetrack. Alex Bright going to bang it off the fence as he seeks Carmen Perigo in the 21.
Boy, so did Logan Seavey. He slammed the wall hard as we keep an eye to see if maybe that had any effect to the right rear. Oh, no, Robert Ballou. That's a no parking zone. He's going to get it going. That is the second time he has nearly parked it over in turns 3 and 4, but somehow rights the ship as they come around to the way with a white flag. 1 to go in this one.
So we saw it in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1 as well. It's pretty tricky to get the car pitched correctly off of 3 and 4 to get that good run.
Final 2 turns in this one. And he is out on a Sunday cruise. Mitchell Moles grabbing the heat race win. Second, going to go to Logan Seavey. Third to Briggs Danner. Robert Ballou going to cross it 4th. Carmen Perigo, Alex Bright, Charles Davis Jr. unofficially rounding out your field. Fantastic battles throughout that one, but the driver cruising. It's out of Raisin City, California, the AME Electrical Mesilla Valley Transportation. Reinbold Underwood Motorsports over 19 race fans. Give him a hand. Mitchell Moles picking up the win in TJ Ford's heat race number 3, as we'll take it down to Drake.
Thank you so much, Brian. Mitchell Moles has finished second twice on the week, 1 at Big Diamond and 1 at the Williams Grove Speedway. And Mitchell, it feels like all year you guys have been building to a big moment, but unfortunately so far, at least during Eastern Storm, it hasn't worked out. And I know you didn't qualify exactly where you needed to earlier in the night, but do you feel like this is the night we could finally see the 19AZ back in victory lane?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the 19AZ can be in victory lane any night as long as things go our way. I feel like we have a really good race car, and You know, we just missed it a little bit there in qualifying. I didn't drive it hard enough, and car was just a little too, we were bouncing too much. So we're just, I hear some people booing me. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Hey, either way, they're making noise, as Dale Sr. would say. And Brian, let's not forget Mitchell Moles coming into the night second in Eastern Storm points.
Let him know they weren't booing him, they were screaming Baloo.
Oh, shit. No, you two.